Hi everyone, Natalie Edmond here, she, her pronouns on the Lenni Lenape land in New Jersey. And I'm here to talk to you a little bit about Antiracism Revolution membership community. It's been live for a couple of months now, and I'm really excited to tell you a little bit about what it feels like at this point and what the different levels of membership community are if you are something that you're intrigued by. So Anti-Racism Revolution is meant to be a place where people who have taken trainings with me or listened to some of my podcasts or YouTube videos or, um, you know me personally or some other way are interested in exploring yourself as a racial being, as having some accountable time in your week, in your month, to explore different themes related to anti-racism and other anti-oppression values and work, and so how to start to see the world through that lens or deepen your understanding of just how insidious racism and white body supremacy and capitalism and all the isms are in our everyday life, and that we really need to work as a community to disrupt silence, to disrupt ways in which we are working against collective liberation. And so it's really neat to see people using the community in a lot of different ways. So I'm just going to share my screen and show you a little bit of what the membership community looks like, and hopefully we'll answer maybe some of the questions you may have. So this is Anti-Racism Revolution, and it's in the Mighty Networks platform. I love Mighty Networks from what I know about it so far, because so there's a home screen which would show like my feed in terms of like who's posted recently. There's an app. So this is the web version, but there's an app so you can easily access it. Maybe it can become one of the apps that you go into on a daily or weekly basis. These are the different topics that occur. I've started doing, maybe it's about 6 weeks ago, I started doing live streams. And so those are like weekly videos, usually about 20 minutes. And they just highlight something I'm reading, something, an interaction I had, something that kind of highlights an anti-racism theme or challenges around kind of embodying anti-racism in one's daily life. And it also will say what maybe workshops were offered or a theme that's coming up in the community. And then people can post. So I post, other people can post, and these just shows different topics. There's different events, so these are different events that are coming up in coming weeks, and this shows all the events, so depending on your level of membership, it might appear different. These are different spaces, so there's a white affinity space and a BIPOC affinity space if you're in standard or premium membership. There's a yoga space that is great for basic membership, that has archives of gentle or slow flow yoga classes. And there's a workshops area, there's standard or the premium. So a lot of different things, a lot of different ways to interact. So basic membership is great for people who are don't have much time, low budget, or just know I'm not going to really interact much with this in this season of my life. But I want to get the little live streams. I want to take some yoga classes, maybe answer some of the self-inquiry questions that are posted on a weekly basis, and that has an annual fee. And so it's like $5 a month, maybe. I think that's, I don't even think it's $5 a month, but it's just an annual fee. It's a great way to start in, and you can always increase your membership down the road. There's standard membership, which is what most people get, and that has probably a workshop or two a month. It has an affinity space, so you either choose the BIPOC space or you choose the affinity space when you purchase your membership. You can choose to pay the annual fee, which is a little bit lower than the monthly fee, or you can choose to pay monthly. And it's great. People start to get to know each other. They start to see each other in workshops, and it's really an intimate space. And you can opt into the first few months we were doing me and white supremacy. And so there were prompts and people were exploring that in the white affinity space. And we'll move on to different books at different times of the year and really deciding, are you ready to explore some of these topics in a mixed race environment, or is it helpful to be in an affinity space to share things that maybe are harder to share in other spaces? We're really trying to create an accountable space, not so much a brave space, though I think it takes a lot of bravery because we know that there's more risk for BIPOC people to share things in these mixed race spaces, or at least that's what history tells us. This might be a different space. And then there's the premium membership, and that's for people who want even more than that. So there's often more therapy related workshops that happen or webinars that happen, and you just get access to more content. So I think the things that drive which level of membership, knowing that most people get the standard, the in-between membership, is time, how much support you need, how accountable you want to be, and I think, if we think about just people transform in community, so having that support can be really helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I hope to see you in Antiracism Revolution sometime soon. Take good care.